Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Music Theory Logic. My name's Andrew. Today's another I Wish I Knew, and today it's I Wish I Knew about TuneSat. So if you're not familiar with TuneSat, TuneSat is a tool for catalog management for recording artists. So what does all of that mean? Basically, that means that if you are releasing your music and you are primarily if you're working with publishers or you're signing sync licenses, I will go into depth in other videos about that. But basically, if your music is out there in the world and it's being used in some sort of professional capacity where like video content creators are using it, or even if it may be, like for instance, there are song shoppers out there that may tell you that they will, get you a sync clearance, and if that happens, you'll be in a position where you're basically giving the show permission to use your music, but you don't know if they do use your music. So let's unravel this a little bit. When a show, television show, is created, they by rules for the recording industry or for music royalties in America, have to submit what's called a cue sheet. And a cue sheet is basically like a time stamping of these are the songs we use, this is where we use them in the episode. And all of those are submitted to the performance rights organizations. If you don't know what that is, see my I Wish I Knew About PROs or performance rights organizations. And so in theory, like when that's happening, you don't really need to monitor it. However, that's an ideal world, and we all know we don't live in an ideal world. So there's a couple of reasons why you want to monitor your catalog. One, depending upon the PRO you're with, when a song gets placed in a television episode, it could be a long time before you actually get paid on it, meaning like it could be something like 3 quarters or even a year and a half, depending upon what it is. So one, for planning and for your own mind state, it's really helpful if you start working for publishers and you're doing like no money up front, writing for catalogs, which is something that there's no shame in doing, like gets your foot in the door. And when you're doing that kind of work, a lot of times maybe you'll get like discouraged because you're not sure if your efforts are doing anything, and just seeing that they place is really helpful. Two, on a practical sense, and this is a true story, this isn't necessarily because of actively like wrongdoing. It's not like the television networks or production companies are trying to not submit cue sheets, but it's come to my attention that sometimes an episode airs and a cue sheet doesn't make its way in. So story that I had a song air in a TV show about catching internet predators. Maybe you know which show that is. And I basically didn't get paid on it. And I saw on my TuneSat that track had placed. And it took me a while to get in touch with my performance rights organization. But when I did, I told them about the episode. They checked into it and didn't have a cue sheet. They then submitted a request for the cue sheet, and it did get submitted, and everyone got paid. So there's without TuneSat, I would not have been able to do that. If you are really, it's for like the sync license world. So if you've never heard about TuneSat, they offer free accounts. This is not a paid promotion. I literally just use a free account, and I typically just keep my latest work, the stuff I'm not sure what it's doing, in there. It can be a little bit cost prohibitive for some of us independent musicians, or if you're not already making a ton of money from your placements. But a free account's a great way to put it in there and see if TV shows happen to air your stuff. So what happens on TuneSat's side is you upload your catalog, and then somehow they use a technology that's listening to like all TV worldwide. And if a song airs in a TV episode, they will timestamp it, and they will even give you the recording. So it's kind of cool. You can hear your song with the dialogue on top. And if you see this TuneSat, I'm super happy and thankful for your service. I'm not being a cheapskate with a free account, but as my catalog and all of that climbs, I intend on being a full member. And you guys should too. So perhaps some of you out there that hear about this run labels or manage artists and think maybe you need to get in touch with them or get an account. So yeah, it's TuneSat, TuneSat.com. I'm going to talk about a bunch of different services like that are really helpful for those of you fellow musician entrepreneurs out there. So keep grinding, keep hustling, keep doing your best. I know it's been like a crazy year for those of us that had like residencies or gigs or any sort of income that was coming through not being in a stay at home order. It's been tough, but the grass is always greener, or things change, and I've really enjoyed doing these YouTube videos, and I hope they've been helpful for you. And this was made possible by some extra time created by COVID. So I hope everybody's staying safe. If you found this helpful, subscribe to the channel below, hit the bell for notifications so you can find out when I do a video next. Keep making music, check out TuneSat, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.